Welcome to Gossip in the Closet. Aren't we excited, Shelves?
Very excited, very nervous.
We are
nervous. It's the first episode, so we are slightly...
But we are really, really excited.
We are excited.
And we started the podcast 4 years ago. I just want everyone to know that we did an audio version of Gossip in the Closet 4 years ago. And back then, Shelby was on a show called Love in the Flesh.
Yeah,
yes.
On the show called Live in the Flesh. Didn't do too well because none of you know me. Anyway,
I've actually had people come up to me and ask me, like, do they know me? And I've had to say, I don't think you know me. You probably know my sister.
Know me.
Yeah, exactly.
No, we did do it for a while. We did 16 episodes.
I think, something like 16 episodes, wasn't it?
But you were living in London at the time and I was living in Leicester, which is about a 2-hour drive away from each other.
Yeah.
I was doing the editing, whatever, and I got annoyed, so we stopped doing it.
No, we went away to Thailand and we just couldn't keep up with it. Let's be real. It was only audio and
it was amateur, but listen, it's not going to be amateur this time. So
we were saying for years how we need to bring Gossip in the Closet back.
We do. We want more representation. We love this type of content. Like when I was young, when I was 16 years old, like figuring my sexuality out, like that's where I went to
the internet.
To the internet. Absolutely. That's what helped me to understand who I was as a person.
One thing that I always said was as well that there can never be enough like queer content because you don't ever say that's enough straight content.
I even had this thought because I was like, is there too much? And it's like, how
can there ever be too much? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, again, there's straight content everywhere all the time. So of course, it makes sense that we continue to, do these kind of things. So
exactly. So I was thinking with that, let's actually introduce ourselves because no one knows who we are. Yeah. So I'm Mia. I'm 28. I identify as a lesbian and I identify as she, her. What about you, Shelbs?
Everything's the same, but my name is actually Shelby. So it's the only difference there.
Yeah, exactly. If you haven't noticed, we are both twins and we both identify as queer in the queer community.
We do, yes.
Okay, so Shelby, how did we get to where we are today?
That's a good old question.
Because you've been in Australia a lot longer than me,
haven't
you?
I was single for 4 years. I was working, whatever, in England.
England, yes.
And I was just sick of the rain, to be honest. So I thought to myself, let's get myself out of here. And I've come to Sydney and it's not stopped raining. So I'm
it hasn't stopped raining.
I was literally in Australia for the last year. I've been begging you to come out, but you were in a relationship at the time, wasn't you?
I was in a relationship and I was like kind of thinking, do I really want to go away again? Because we've been away so many times. I just kind of wanted to settle down a little bit.
Yeah, because you had this whole thing that you were like, I just want stability. I'm 28 years old now. Like I'm not upping my life one more time.
Yeah, moving away.
And I get the pressure because I'm always thinking, by 30, I thought I would have children and all of this sort of stuff. Like why am I messing around, traveling around the world? But why is there so much pressure at this time? I can still have children, in my early 30s, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
That looks like.
And the thing is one thing that we both knew is that we wanted to do Gossip in the Closet.
And in the end, I didn't want to do it over like the TV or whatever. We were going to do it over the computer or whatever.
Oh yeah, we did that. No. We did think maybe we'd do it remote, but that didn't happen. I ended up flying all the way here.
Yeah, because I've been going mad at her about the sun and how Australia's better to live. But now you've come in, it's raining.
It's raining all the time. And anyway, we managed to get 1 day of sun, I think it was.
Yeah.
And do you remember that day where I went down to the beach and it was the sun was,
I'm worried about her, guys. Really,
I can't do anything on my own. It's not normal. So I was literally having such a good day. I'd gone to the gym. I'd done such a good sesh. I was feeling good about myself.
I
was on high energy. I'd been reading my spiritual book. You know my book.
She'd been reading this book and she can only read it at certain times. And I hate to laugh because I'm a spiritual girl myself, but you do make me laugh. You say, no, I can't read it today. I'm not feeling it today. I've got to read it when I'm feeling it.
Literally, it's one of those things. The book is called Stellarstein Prophecy, but that book you can't read it unless your intuition tells you that you can read it.
Well, go girl.
Anyway, so listen, I was near the end of the book and I was at the beach.
Kills me off.
I was at the beach and we only had a bit of sun and I sat there and I read it and I had my crystals in my bag and I thought, let me go.
I didn't even know you had crystals, hon.
I had a couple of crystals.
Yeah.
And I went to the toilet and I thought, I'll go to the toilet, I'll come back. And then just before the sun goes down,
I always need the toilet.
I always need to go to the toilet. Anyway, I thought to myself, I sat back on the beach, I was nearly finished this book, and I thought to myself, let me cleanse my crystals. But bear in mind, it's a bit nippy because it's windy in this country
cold
at the moment, right?
Yeah.
And I had like my shoes, my socks on, and like my trousers and my jacket on, and I thought, all I need to do is just go quickly wash me crystals in the ocean. That's the best place to cleanse your crystals, like in the ocean. Come on.
I didn't even know you cleansed crystals, to be honest.
You need good energy for the crystals. I thought
you put them in the moonlight.
You do. There's several ways that you can
That's still a cleanse, is it?
That's still a cleanse. Okay. You can cleanse a crystal by just rubbing it. As long as you've got good energy. But I was near the ocean, so why wouldn't I do it in the ocean? But anyway, so I couldn't bother to take my shoes and socks on. I thought I'd just walk up and just like swish it, like really quickly, just swish it in the ocean.
Just a quick swish.
Yeah, just a quick swish.
But anyway, you had your shoes and socks on. That's vital to the story.
What?
That's why you had your shoes and socks on. That's vital to the story.
It is vital to the story because I needed to dip my hand in real quick. Anyway, the fact of the matter is when the water comes in, it goes out. So every time I went to go down, it was going.
You couldn't catch it.
I couldn't catch the wave. Anyway, the point is, in the end, when I did manage to catch the wind, because I thought the wave at this point, I just thought when it comes in next time, I'm just have to go for it. But when I went for it, obviously
what happened?
My shoes and socks got wet.
Yeah.
And I dropped one of the crystals, which I was fuming about.
Yeah, you lost your crystal.
Yeah, and then there's these
crying. She's got a fucking crystal.
Two people were sitting behind me, and I thought, I'm not going to turn around because they've just watched the whole thing. So I just slowly walked back.
The embarrassment. You walked backwards. That just slowly
walked backwards.
No, and do you know what the worst part is? She then takes her shoes and socks off and sits there like defeated. And then she thinks, how does she get home? She couldn't get home, and it's wet through. It's like it's cold day. It's not exactly hot. She's not going to heat back up. So you've got no shoes and socks on.
I had to just put my socks in my pocket and walk over my shoes. It was awful. Luckily, it was we live literally around the corner from the beach, so I just got home and jumped in the shower.
You do kill me off.
Anyway, let's get
into the episode.
Let's get into the episode.
Gossip of the week.
Okay, so we are going into Gossip of the Week. This we will do every 2 weeks, Gossip of the Week. Every other episode, rather. Yeah, absolutely. So Gossip of the Week is just us bringing up a topic and talking about it, isn't it?
That's right. We always get your sort of engagement on it, don't we?
We want everyone else's opinion.
Yeah,
absolutely. So Gossip in the Week is... This week is talk about codependency in lesbian relationships and how it is a big thing. We'll also talk about how that's affected me and Shelby, specifically because we are twins and we happen to be, with women when we do get in relationships. So Shelby is going to be
that. Can you believe that?
Shelby is going to read out any kind of...
Yes, we just had a few of you guys saying like, yes, because our relationships move a lot faster than straight relationships, their lives merge for some reason. I think it's a massive threat when you massively rely on the other person to make you feel better. Someone said that.
What did they say? That they rely on somebody else to make them feel better?
Yeah, I think that's a threat of it.
I think we do that. Yeah.
Well, that's part of codependency, isn't it? That you end up relying on their
emotions, rely on their
affect you all the time.
Yeah.
And someone else said, which really resonated with me the most, was the likelihood of sharing friendship groups, supportive networks makes it more difficult.
I was talking about this recently because if you've got a man and a woman, normally what would happen is that all the guys would hang out with the guys. So like the guy in the relationship would go out with their boys, and then the girl in the relationship goes out with their girls. But
I think that is the biggest reason why same-sex relationships do become very codependent.
Yeah.
When I was like 20 and I had my first ever relationship with a girl, it was like, okay, you're going to go out with the girls. Like, why am I not coming?
Yeah.
But you wouldn't have to say that. If you had a boyfriend, you wouldn't be like, babe, I'm coming to all your boys' night out. You wouldn't have to do that.
No.
So I think that is massive. But what I firstly wanted to talk about is the fact that obviously, because we are twins, this is why I actually thought the codependency
I thought it was because we were twins. Yeah.
Because I'd never known life alone. I'd never had to make friends on my own. I'd never had to start a fresh new day or a work
and
or whatever.
We moved school a lot. So every time we would leave school, we would have each other. So we never started a school on our own, essentially.
We went to 5 different schools. That's because we moved from Wales to Leicester, and then
We moved quite a few times for so many different reasons. Yeah. But the fact of the matter is, I never had to move and be the new girl on my own. It was always with Shelby. Mm-hmm. And even the first couple of jobs that we actually got, we were together.
Well, it was one of those things where if I got a job, then I'd just be like, oh, Mia's, you know, whatever. So yeah, it was one of those things where we'd never had to do life alone. Like, even the little things, like my mum had a lot of children after me, and we were the oldest. And when it got to the point where, you know, my brother has like a disability, and then we have younger siblings, so they had a lot of that attention.
Yeah. So because we relied on each other heavily for that emotional support, essentially. Yeah. And what I do think is also, when it come to getting into the point where we knew our sexual, you know, orientation, and we were with women, it kind of became one of those things where I noticed this, especially in my first couple of relationships, where they were asking for space, and I just could not understand why they would want space. I'm used to like even sitting in a room with you watching Netflix. We don't even speak. Like, I just know there's someone else always there.
Yeah, like, what do you need your space for? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing without me? Where are you going without me?
Yeah, that makes no sense to me.
I will go to the toilet with you. This is where I did find it weird. It's like, babe, like, I'm going for a shower, and we talk until the cows come home. So I'm like, yeah, do you want to come? Like, and you.
Well, I really need to finish this conversation, but I need a shower. Yeah, we'll jump in the shower. Sit on the toilet.
You sit on the toilet and talk. We talk. We always talking about probably about shit, but anyway, we're talking. So yeah, I think that just transpired, because then, of course, when you get to an age where we're moved out of home for the first time. You went to university.
Yeah, but you came with me to my first week of uni, so you helped me make a lot of my friends. But I do agree, so once you then went away, I then had to kind of get into university on my own.
Yeah, and then I got into a serious relationship.
Yes, which probably didn't help.
Not soon after that happened. Yeah. And then everything that I used to do with you, I would do with her.
Yeah.
So
apart from certain things, hopefully.
Yeah. Anyway, so because of that, you know,
let's make that clear.
Thank you, because we go on live a lot, and there's some weird questions that happen. But, you know, we are twins, we are relatives.
Let's make that clear.
Anyway, yeah, so of course, then I was all the way in London, 2 hours from where I'm from. I had no other friends apart from you. Yeah. So when I was in a relationship with this person, of course, she introduced me to all of her childhood friends. We would go out all of the time. Yeah. I was living at her house, basically. So all of these factors come into play as to why it became such a codependent
but then that's why we believe that we're codependency, but actually lesbians as a whole are quite codependent on each other. And I think probably any same-sex relationships, they can be quite codependent. Mm-hmm. And that is probably because of the whole...
Do you know what it is as well? I realise is even when you're out shopping, I do this all the time now. I'm in a relationship with a girl. Yeah. And she'll be looking, and she's really good at finding these bargains in these vintage stores. And I'm telling you what, she's looking through, and she's like, oh, and I am happy that she's found something that she would like to wear.
But you want to wear it.
But I look at it and I think, I want that.
Yeah.
And I say, can we share it? So we've got this jacket now that we always share, and I'm fuming when I go to the
fuming
door
about this jacket that you bloody share.
Because you went out and bought one exactly the same. So that was my problem.
That was very similar.
So now all three of us are walking around in the same fucking jacket. It makes no sense. Like,
I bought that jacket, so you borrow my jacket and you borrow her jacket. So either one of us are missing out.
Because we bought one jacket to share, and then you've got a jacket. So if you choose that jacket, I take your jacket.
So then that leaves me without a jacket.
Well, sorry, love.
Doesn't work very well.
I confess.
Not a good idea, is it? Really?
No. So what do you think is like, for me now, because I'm getting into that era where I don't want to repeat the same mistakes. I don't want to repeat the same patterns.
Yeah.
Which means trying not to be as codependent. My biggest issue now... Go on.
Don't you think that actually what would be better is if you had two people that were anxiously attached together? Because, for example, you both are very aware that you want to be with each other all the time, but you consciously make the decision to go out separately, knowing that I'm going out because this is good for the relationship, even though you know and I know deep down that we both kind of would like to be together.
But remember what you was telling me the other day about Jordan Stevens? Was it Jordan Stevens that you were telling me about?
I don't know.
No, Jay Shetty. When you said that they do things together, explain that.
Oh, right, yes. He'd mentioned before, actually, in a podcast that he, that with him and his wife, he does a day where they spend apart with friends, a day where they spend together, basically a date night, just them two, and then a day where they go out with friends but together. So I thought that was quite a good idea as well.
It does transpire into straight relationships as well, because when you get married, your lives do merge more. You have friends that are couples. You're not exactly going to hang out with loads of single mates. So it's the same thing. But my biggest issue is my girlfriend's American. Yeah. I'm from England. We were both travelling. So we have no friends in Sydney, really. We've only been in Sydney 4 weeks.
You've been in Sydney, a couple of weeks.
So, and then it's that whole thing of, being comfortable with
making new friends.
I've made a friend called Jack and I'm just going to go out with him. I said, excuse me, who the fuck is Jack? Because I ain't having you going out with because that's how I feel, but that's my issue.
That is issues.
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't think so. And then even if she mentions a girl, it's like she's bisexual, so it doesn't matter who she mentions, I'm fuming.
Yeah, literally.
That's unhealthy behaviour.
Don't do this at home, guys.
Don't do that. But of course, I think there's an added issue there, because it's like, now we've got to both make new friends, we've both got to be comfortable making new friends and keeping them separate to a degree, you know what I mean? Yeah.
It is difficult when you're moving around and you're going to new places and stuff like that. It probably is better when you're like in your hometown and stuff like that, but it's all about trust at the end of the day, and you've got to have a level of trust with your partner. You guys have got to trust each other.
I do trust.
I feel like I'm just going to therapize you guys or something like that.
Yeah, you just therapize yourself.
Listen, these are days where I'm like, oh, so glad I'm single. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Don't miss that like jealous feeling or that like anxious attachment feeling.
Well, we both got anxious attachment issues. That's the problem. Because
yeah. But you're really selling me, so I think that's really good.
I'm selling you.
You're selling me on the whole, like you're really anxiously attached. I mean, that's
I'm not anxiously attached.
You were saying I am.
Yeah,
you just sat there and said we're both really anxiously attached. If you want to be with Mia, be warned. Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah.
I can tell you on the podcast if you like. This is Mia Barrett. She is single and ready to mingle. So if anyone...
Yeah, I did. I wasn't looking for that, but thank you.
I do it on my lives all the time.
I know, can't stand it.
Well, anyway, so just to finish off, now you've been in several relationships. Talk to me about how you actually...
Several relationships? I've been in 2 relationships.
No, you've not.
I have.
You've been in 3.
That was when I was 16 in school.
It was like for 2 years, no?
It was like a year and a half. I don't really count that one as much.
But you can't decide which one you... Oh,
yeah,
I do that. I do count
that.
Mine.
People do that.
It's true.
I've had 2 serious relationships. Yeah.
So with that, your previous relationship was very much a codependent relationship, if you don't mind me saying.
I do mind you saying, actually. Thank you very bloody much. And it was not.
It was certainly.
No, it wasn't. We lived together. And I mean, I guess we spent a lot of time together. I didn't do anything else.
No, honey, you did not. So what would you change?
I would say that I would just change the idea of being conscious about it. You just have to be conscious about it, and you have to communicate as much as possible about the fact that actually we don't need to spend every waking hour together, and we can kind of go our separate ways sometimes. I think it's a good idea, isn't it, darling? What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's key, just to make sure that you can still do things on your own. Like, I love listening to a podcast, like walking, to the beach or whatever. And sometimes you can't do that if you're with someone all the time. Do you know what I mean? You can't enjoy the things that you make you without someone else, because your identities merge. Like with my ex-girlfriend, it's like if I turned up to a social gathering without her, like, well, where's so-and-so?
Yeah.
Do you mean where's so-and-so? I'm right here.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? But that's the thing, is just, to make sure that you're still doing things that you enjoy, that make you. Because then you become, because we were always called the twins all the time.
We're so used to being attached to somebody. I think me and you are just so used to being attached to somebody else in some aspects. So it probably doesn't bother us that much.
It doesn't as much.
Because it really doesn't affect me so much.
Well, we were never known as our own names. It was, the twins are coming here, the twins are go in here. Do you know what I mean? Even when we were at Christmas, like if we bought a present together, the only difference was the wrapping paper. And then you would be like, I would make sure I found the right shape. And I'd be like,
we'd have to open it at the same time.
And then if you go to open it just before me, I would be fuming. Like, can you not open it until I'm going to open it? Because now I know what I've got. Thank you very much. Still happens now. And then sometimes you get a blue thing and I get a pink thing because you were more tomboy than me.
It's so ridiculous as well.
Literally, that's always the case.
Yeah, honest to goodness.
I know, and now we've got set the whole plan so you look blue and I look pink.
Yeah, I mean, that's our colours, isn't it?
Well,
that's the colour of Gossip in the Closet.
Yeah. You've always been more tomboy than me, haven't you?
Yes, I have. You're a little bit girlier than me, but you dress quite trendy nowadays, hey? You don't really dress very, like, I don't really see you in a dress much or anything like that.
No, I've stirred away from the girliness a bit.
Yeah, you really have.
Yeah, I do like to...
what do they call these type of lesbians nowadays that look like you? You're not really getting what they call you. Do you know what I mean?
The good-looking ones.
The nice ones.
The nice
No,
I'm joking. What do they call you though? Because you think you're mask,
I got
but
called
you're
a
not
soft mask the other day, and I was fuming.
Well, you're not exactly like, you know.
Yeah.
You're not taking anyone else out on a fight, are you? Let's be honest.
Well, I'm not fighting no one. Thank you very much.
You're not.
I highly advise that if anyone does try and fight you, that you all run away.
Well, someone did try to fight you. Every time Mia's been in a little bit of a conflict, it's because of my behaviour.
I've only ever been launched over a bench because Shelby had got herself in a bit of a sticky situation.
When someone pulled your hair out.
I know, because they didn't like you. Pulled my hair out on the middle of the dance floor.
Yeah, I wasn't there, otherwise that wouldn't have happened.
I wasn't very happy about that. I'm not going to lie to you.
I'm still angry to this day.
I'm still angry.
Fuming. I am fuming. How dare they?
How dare
because
they touch
you took
me?
my ex-girlfriend. You want to be
You took my sister's ex-girlfriend who was trying to say hello to me. No, she was upset because I didn't say hello.
Yeah, because you didn't say hello. Why am I going to say hello to you?
No, we'll not say hello to anyone that you don't like.
This is the problem, though. The lesbian circle is a scary place to be. I'm joking. That's not very nice to say. Like,
it's not.
It's very welcoming and like everyone's really nice and welcoming, and there's no hierarchy.
Yeah, everything's just so lovely.
Yeah, everyone's sweet and no, there is, and it is. We were so lucky with the people we found, and like the fact that we were able to make friends.
We made a lot of friends in London. I think that was a place.
We would go to a lot of prides and we would make, because in our hometown we didn't know anyone that was gay, did we?
Yeah, not at the start. We had to branch out. Thank God for Twitter. Was it Twitter that's called, what's it called, X now?
Yeah.
But we were all over Twitter, weren't we? And that's how we found London Pride, because we went down to London Pride when we were 17.
Well, that's it. That's why I think social media is such a good thing and such a bad thing. Because if without social media, like I feel like, especially back then, I mean back then, but like it was 10 years ago, more than 10 years ago, where we just finished school, we didn't know anybody that was gay, whatever else. So of course, there was that point where, you know, we ventured, where are we going to find people that we can relate to? And you know, we were luckily like on Twitter, we were talking to all these people, and then everyone was going to London Pride, and obviously, you know, stranger dangers of things, so just be careful. But
be careful when you meet people online.
When you meet people. There's a bad and good thing. I think there's like toxic social media, isn't there? And then there's, you know, sort of
the good side, the community side, the side where you feel like you belong somewhere, especially like people that like are living in places where, you know, it's not necessarily safe to be gay or whatever it is.
Well,
I think it's obviously important that we connect online. Well, I think it's really important that we notice that, you know, we identify the importance of bringing out queer content and bringing out kind of any sort of social media platform that kind of identifies with the queer community, because it can feel very comforting. For sure, it felt like that for me.
No, I agree.
Listen to Curry, spill the tea, and we'll keep it just between you and me.
we just want to really thank you guys for listening. If you are listening, hopefully someone's listening.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
We can only hope.
We can only hope.
Yeah.
But anyway, next episode we will be doing queries. So that means that we will have queer dilemmas on the podcast. We're really excited for that kind of episode.
Can't wait.
That will also be every single week. So please write into us. Please follow us on all the social media platforms you can think of.
Yeah.
Instagram predominantly we use.
TikTok's a big one as well.
TikTok's a big one as well. So yeah, Gossip in the Closet, and we do take queries and we do them anonymously. I can never say that.
Anonymous. So all the queries will be anonymous. We will not be saying names on the podcast.
We will not be saying names on the podcast. Yeah. And you can hit us on gossipinthecloset97@gmail.com.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Peace out. We'll see you at queries.